Timbaland and Magoo was a rap duo consisting of producer/rapper Timothy Timbaland Mosley and rapper Melvin Magoo Barcliff, formed in 1989. Hailing from Norfolk, Virginia, the duo first met when they were teenagers. They later paired up as a duo and released their debut album Welcome to Our World, spawning their highest charting single Up Jumps the Boogie. They released 2 more studio albums as a group, Indecent Proposal in 2001 and Under Construction, Part 2 in 2003. The latter was meant as a sequel to Missy Elliott's 4th album Under Construction. In August 2021, Blackground Records, the label who launched R&B/pop singer Aaliyah, signed a distribution deal with Empire Distribution to re-release Timbaland and Magoo's catalog on CD, cassette and vinyl onto digital download sites and, for the first time ever, streaming services. As a result, Timbaland's 1998 LP Tim's Bio, Life from the Basement and Timbaland and Magoo albums Welcome to Our World, Indecent Proposal and Under Construction, Part 2 were re-released August 27, 2021. Magoo's death was announced on August 13, 2023. He was 50. Clarence Avant, February 25, 1931 to August 13, 2023, was an American music executive, businessman, and film producer who also went by the name of the Black Godfather. Clarence Alexander Avant was born in Climax, North Carolina on February 25, 1931. He was the oldest of 8 children. He attended a one-room school in Greensboro, North Carolina until the 8th grade. He spent his freshman and second years of high school at Dudley High School in Greensboro before moving to New Jersey in 1947 as a teenager. In New Jersey, Avant worked as a stock clerk at Macy's and for a law directory. He began in the music business in the 1950s as a manager of Teddy P's Lounge in Newark, New Jersey, owned by promoter Teddy Powell. 8. Joseph G. Joe Glazer, December 17, 1896 to June 6, 1969, music manager of Louis Armstrong from 1935 until his death in 1969, and the original proprietor of Sunset Gardens on the south side of Chicago, mentored Avant. Glazer founded Consolidated Booking Corporation and Associated Booking Corporation on November 26, 1943. Avant later managed R&B singer Little Willie John, jazz singer Sarah Vaughan, Kim Weston, Louise Bonfa, Wynton Kelly, Freddie Hubbard, Curtis Fuller, Pat Thomas, rock and roll pioneer Tom Wilson, whom Avant partnered with in the Wilson Organization, jazz producer Creed Taylor, jazz musician Jimmy Smith, and Argentine pianist-composer Lalo Schifrin. Avant incorporated Avant-Garde Enterprises Incorporated on November 7, 1962, in New York, the same month that Smith became a client of Associated Booking and originally had offices at 850 7th Avenue. Schifrin and Smith collaborated to make The Cat, released by Verve Records in 1964. Avant opened a West Coast office in September 1964 to accommodate the growing motion picture soundtrack assignments offered to his clients. During his years in New York, Avant served as an advisor, board member, and executive of the National Association of Radio Announcers, NARA, later the National Association of Television and Radio Announcers, NATRA, and also as a consultant to Playtape, a 2-track tape cartridge system developed by Frank Stanton and first marketed by MGM Records on September 27, 1966. Avant incorporated Sussex Productions Incorporated. In New York, an independent record production firm with artists Four Highs, Johnny Nash, Terry Bryant, Billy Woods, and The Judge and the Jury. Clarence Avant died at his home in Los Angeles on August 13, 2023, at the age of 92. Rachel Laurin, August 11, 1961 to August 13, 2023, was a Canadian organist, composer, and music educator in Quebec. Rachel Laurin was born in Saint-Benoît on August 11, 1961. Laurin studied organ with Lucien Leroux. She went on to study at the Conservatoire de Musique du Québec à Montréal with Gaston Aurel, Raymond Davalois, and Raoul Sosa. In 1985, she received the McAbee Foundation Scholarship and, in the following year, the Bourse d'Excellence Wilfrid Pelletier. She performed in Canada, the United States, and France. She received the Conrad Latendre Scholarship 5 times. From 1986 to 2002, she was assistant organist at St. Joseph's Oratory. In 1988, she started teaching at the Conservatoire de Musique du Québec à Montréal. From 2002 to 2006, she was titular organist at Notre Dame Cathedral in Ottawa. Laurin started composition lessons at age 19 with Raymond Davalois. She was the house composer at Wayne Leupold Editions from 2006. In her latter years, Laurin only composed commissioned pieces. Her very first commissioned piece was requested by Donald Sutherland and his wife Phyllis Bryn-Jolson. The piece was premiered at an AGO regional convention in Pittsburgh in 1987. In 2008, she received the Holtkamp AGO Composition Award. In 2009, she was awarded first place in the Marilyn Mason New Organ Music Competition. Oren won the 2022 Pogorzelski Yankee Composition Competition. The American Guild of Organists granted her the Distinguished Composer Award in 2020. Laurin died on August 13, 2023, at the age of 62. Rodion Amirov was a Russian professional ice hockey forward who played with Salavat Ulayev Ufa in the Continental Hockey League, KHL. He was drafted in the first round, 15th overall by the Maple Leafs in the 2020 NHL entry draft. Amirov played as a kid within hometown club, Salavat Ulayev Ufa of the Continental Hockey League, KHL. Amirov played through junior affiliates, Talper Ufa and Supreme Hockey League Farm Club, Toros Nefkamsk before making his debut with Salavat Ulayev Ufa in the KHL during the 2019-20 season. Amirov as a 19-year-old appeared in a career-best 39 games for Salavat Ulayev in his second KHL season with Ufa in 2020-21, recording 9 goals and 13 points to rank third among under-20 skaters in the KHL before going scoreless in 9 playoff games for the club. On April 15, 2021, Amirov agreed to a 3-year entry-level contract with draft club, the Toronto Maple Leafs. He immediately moved to North America to be assigned to the Maple Leafs AHL affiliate, the Toronto Marlies, for the remainder of the 2020-21 season. On February 23, 2022, Toronto Maple Leafs general manager Kyle Dubas shared that Amirov was diagnosed with a brain tumor and was undergoing treatment. After missing the entirety of the 2022-23 season due to ongoing treatment and recovery, Amirov extended his contract with Salavat Ulayev by agreeing to a 1-year loan from the Maple Leafs for the following 2023-24 season on May 10, 2023. On August 14, 2023, Amirov's agent, Dan Milstein, announced his death via a statement on Twitter. Amirov was 21. José Murilo de Carvalho, September 8, 1939 to August 13, 2023, was a Brazilian historian. He obtained his Ph.D. in political science from Stanford University, defending a thesis on the Brazilian Empire. He was professor emeritus at the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro and also taught at the Federal University of Minas Gerais. He was a visiting professor and researcher at the universities of Oxford, Leiden, Stanford, California, Irvine, London, Notre Dame, at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey, and at the Ortega y Gasset Foundation in Madrid. Carvalho published and organized 19 books and more than 100 magazine articles. He was a member of the Brazilian Academy of Sciences and the Brazilian Academy of Letters, where he was the 6th occupant of Chair 5. He was elected to the Brazilian Academy of Letters on March 11, 2004, in succession to Rachel de Queiroz, and was received on September 10, 2004 by the academic Afonso Irinus de Melo Franco. José Murilo de Carvalho died of COVID-19 in Rio de Janeiro on August 13, 2023, at the age of 83.